So I don't play the game because I know the game by heart, but I play the game because I'm skilled. And the feeling skilled, it's something that I can't even explain. It's highly satisfying because you are like, oh, I can destroy the game, but not because I know the game by heart, because I'm really good at the game. Let's just think about it, guys. It's completely different, and you can play perhaps your favorite video game for years without pay any extra penny. Good evening, guys. Ibraj is here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about roguelike games, what they are, the origin, why they became so popular in 2024, and why big studios like PlayStation Studios start to develop games like the roguelike experience that we're going to have on The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, or the great God of War Valhalla DLC, or another big game, Returnal, one of my favorite games that I've been playing for many hours in 2022. So, before we start, let me know in the comment down below if you ever play any roguelike-lite games, which one is your favorite, and without further ado, we start. So, let's get back to the 1980s, where hardware were super limited and developer didn't have enough resources to develop the AAA games that we have nowadays, like the GTA series or the Cyberpunk, and most of them had barely 1 gigabyte of internal storage. So they needed to create something fresh, something new. They will actually not use all the space and the hardware from their PCs, but actually give you something that your hardware could have handled better, and create a different experience for everyone. That's where they created Rogue in the 1980s. Rogue is the first roguelike game that actually create the ideas of roguelike games that we have nowadays. And the two rules that our roguelike game needed to have was the procedurally generated areas or dungeons. Back in the days, most of them they were like simple pixels, so we needed to use more fantasy. I'll put something on the screen so you can see it and actually understand what I mean. And the permadeath. So what is the permadeath? Is that when you die and you need to restart the game from scratch. These were the two main guideline to create a roguelike game, and after that many other games has been created. Since now we reach nowadays video games that we have AAA games like Returnal, that some studio put on their DLC just on the roguelike modes like Prey, or the super cool, as I mentioned before, God of War Valhalla, or the super weighted The Last of Us Remastered. Wait a minute, I'll stop here, because most of you will say, yeah, Ibra, but Hades doesn't have any permadeath. Yes, you're right. That's why Hades is a roguelike-lite game. Well, other games got the permadeath and they are roguelite game. That's the big main difference. But most of the time also the procedurally generated thingy is carry on in both of them. But why most of the roguelite game doesn't have any permadeath is just because the market changed so much. Most of the time people don't have the time to replay the whole game throughout one whole experience, so they may split it and save video games. We have a good example with Returnal. They released Returnal day one with the roguelike idea, so you need to finish the game in one run. There was just a checkpoint that was like mid-game, because of course it's a 16 hour game. And then after they patched it, because most of the people complain that you didn't have this save feature, so they create a kind of fake saving that you can save once, and after you save you lose all your progress, but you can play it back with your power up and keep carry on with. Hades is a video game that has been taken this direction, so they create some kind of auto saving point, so you can do scouting run, you can go around, take whatever you need, save that, improve something else, die on purpose, and replay the game and have more or less the same experience. If we see, like, the difficulties are completely different, because one is obviously super hardcore for pure hardcore player, and the other may have some helps for people who they're approaching these new experiences. And video game industry has changed so much during the year, and video game has been simplified so much because they need to have accessibilities for everyone. Everyone should be able to play a video game. So I understand it, but this is kind of ruining this video games experience. I'm so hyped and happy about the new release of The Last of Us, one of my new era or new generation games, one of my favorites, because they had the permadeath, and the permadeath is real, so I can't wait to play it. But at the same time, I still really enjoy a lot of the roguelike games that have been released during the year. Why roguelike games are so popular? Recently I've noticed that roguelike game and Souls-like game are so close in terms of experiences. Why? Basically the game is most of the time they are single player game, and they're based on player skills. So the first time that you play a roguelike game, you don't have any idea of what will happen, or about the perks, what you can find in the games, how to actually avoid to take damage, and so on, so on, so on. More you play the video game, more you understand how actually the logic, the video game's idea or ideal are getting on throughout the game. The first time that you start, you actually hate the game. Everyone who start a roguelike game starting with this hate and love, or hate or love it sensation or feeling, and then usually when you, I don't know, defeat the bosses or actually beat the game, you have this lifetime goal satisfaction. That's why these games are highly addictive, and that's why the replayability is the main factor of this game's success. Because let's think about it, you play your run, you start, you have a gun, you die, you get another gun, you die, you get another power up, you die, you try another one, then you need to find combination, but everything is auto-generated, so you actually don't know what will happen. And this requires you to basically create different skills and adaptation on different part of games or boss fights or actually dungeons. And that's why I think that roguelike may be the future of video gaming, because you can get an experience like a single player experience, but have the same addictive competitive comparison that you get when you play multiplayer in competitive. I've been playing a lot of competitive games, especially CODs back in the days, FIFA. I stopped because I work so much and I don't have time to play them anymore. But what I've noticed is that when I started to play my roguelike game, and after that my Souls-like game, I found the same hardcore experience in roguelike Souls-like games that I can get it from competitive Call of Duty. Why roguelike game may be the future of video game industry? Because nowadays a video game, a console game, can cost you from 70 to 80 pounds, and that's a lot of money. So if I pay 80 pounds for a brand new game, I expect to play at least for months. Some of the games that you get, Call of Duty campaign, got 3-hour gameplay, and then if you don't really like the multiplayer experience, because perhaps you don't have a decent network, or you don't really like to share this kind of experience, you paid 80 pounds for 3-hour experience, and I don't think the video game like that it's worth it. And I'm talking about the single player component, not about the multiplayer. But many other games, you try to imagine like a roguelike game. I still play Returnal, because every time I play I find different guns, different paths, different enemies, different location, different power up, and this challenged me to change my idea. So I don't play the game because I know the game by heart, but I play the game because I'm skilled. And the feeling skilled is something that I can't even explain. It's highly satisfying because you are like, oh, I can destroy the game, but not because I know the game by heart, because I'm really good at the game. Just think about it, guys. It's completely different, and you can play perhaps your favorite video game for years without paying any extra penny. There's also why PC gamers have this randomized mode to make the game a bit of a mix and match, so you can actually try different experience on the same video game. But to me, the video game industry need to consider this idea and try to carry it on for the players, because end of the days we have the power. We can buy video games or not buying them. And finally, I'm so happy about it because people started to not supporting, sorry if I said that word, but really bad game developers, and started supporting more small indie studios. And I'm so happy about this direction because end of the days, AAA developers need to work their ass to do something better for us. And that's it, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think about it. I try to keep it as short as possible and clear as possible. And can't wait to do another video because I really would like to talk about the Souls-like and why they're so underrated nowadays. And that's it. Thank you so much. Ibra Jays out.